Welcome back to the Star Stove Kitchen, and I've just done the previous vid. It was on the Star Stove to introduce the basic workings of it. If any of you need more info, please comment to the joepipe 101 site and I'll try to answer your questions. Just to finish up from the last vid, this here is the syngas generator, where you can convert diesels, various petroleum products, waste oils, and turn it into a fuel. Okay, we're going to start with the basic soup pot. So what you see there is a stove. It says stove on there. And all this is made out of stainless steel. This would be made out of probably 3/16 or 16th inch stainless. And it would be like maybe a 1 inch hollow core, 1.5 inch hollow. And the flame would be routed in between the stove. And you would have a baffle plate underneath. So the heat of the flame would go down to the bottom and travel back to the top. You might want to add some insulation to the bottom. Okay. We got our stove. You're able to cook up a breakfast for a dozen people, bacon and eggs or hot cakes or whatever. So you got that going for you. And what we have here is an oven. Hang on, I'm not finished.
What do you think, Luigi?
This is a double decker oven. There we go. We got the oven. And so you got your heat coming in, and the bottom portion would be for doing pita bread, for doing pizza, maybe probably a 6 inch opening here. And you might line the bottom with salt or something like that to help capture the heat so you're not burning everything. Salt's a good insulator. And you could have maybe a clay surface. Clay surface would be nice. A ceramic surface. So you can cook directly on your surface. And top here, this rectangular portion, that would be the main portion of your oven, where you could put in probably at least 6 to 9 loaves of bread. All right. We got our oven. The next is a double. Hang on. This here and this here would be the same, except this would be not for soup. This would be for a soup pot. Oh, I think I got it backwards. This is the stove, and this is the for cooking your bacon and eggs. That's for your soup. This is for cooking your bread and pita bread and pizza or whatever. And you can do all this at the same time. That's the beauty about it. In between, you have a counter. You need some kind of serving port. And you also have another counter over there that says counter. And you may be wondering what use is this flame and this flame is going to take. Well, I thought a water plenum here and a water plenum there would be perfect. One more thing. This is another grill, but it's not a flat grill. This one here is formed out of 1 inch pipe, or you could probably use 7/16 stainless steel pipe going like this. So you'd make this portion into a intake baffle, and this part here would be an exhaust baffle. And so you can put your steaks on there, you can put your hot dogs on there. You could do up probably 3 or 4 dozen hot dogs at the same time, or you could cook 7 or 8 steaks. That's pretty nice. You're going to have probably probably 2 or 3 people staffing this. But the beauty about it, you have an entire system that is simple. It's operated by propane. Your propane represents about 1/3 of the energy of the fuel, and you have your diesel or whatever that supplies the rest of the energy for the Star Stove Kitchen. And there's one more addition that I would like to do that I don't have on this yet. I'd like to close this part off with a hood. You could have the hood opened up, like arched, so it'll be about this high, and then you can actually have flip outs that come out, so you could actually put your you could have a row of plates all the way around for serving. I don't know if there's any stove like this in existence, but if I can generate the heat here, this would be another hot water thing, then you'd have something that would be absolutely phenomenal. And with this presentation, I'd like to have your feedback. I know the women, the various presentations that I made have been women, and they just love this. And I showed the manager here at the coffee shop where I'm at. I'm not at Starbucks today, but she loved it. And if you took the time, you could actually put this into a catering buggy that you could pull behind a trailer. And your cost to make something like this, your materials are probably going to run about $2,500 to about $3,000. So you can figure out what the end cost is going to be. But it'd be something, if you have this, you'd be able to feed probably, I guess, about 150 people an hour. That's not bad. It'd be all closed in. You could have it under a tent. So over a course of 4 or 5 hours, you could feed about 500 people. You'd have your 5 or 6 pots of soup on there instead of one big pot, and also break it down to get some variety. You could be doing your potatoes here, your bacon and eggs here, hotcakes. You could be doing your steaks over here. That's not a counter. That's another grill. Your steaks there, and you can be doing your oven stuff. And at the same time, you can generate enough auxiliary gas to run maybe a 1 kilowatt or maybe a 2 kilowatt generator. And it comes right down to it. You could probably make some kind of gasifier system that will supply wood gas. The wood gas would replace the propane. All right, we're getting up to about the 8-minute mark. I'm going to stand up so you get more of a visual here. Isn't that beautiful? That's why it's called the Star Stove Kitchen, because it's made in the shape of a star. Absolutely nice. But I would take some water jet technology to cut out all the panels. And you want to use 4x8 stainless. You do it by the sheet. You need a shop for bending and for welding. And that's about it. Now the rest, as far as the fan, the power of the kitchen, well, you could do that. You need that hooked up to a battery. You have everything except for the generator set and a Tesla turbine. They have Tesla turbines now that will put out 1 kilowatt of power, and you should be able to use the syngas itself mixed with air to as raw fuel for the turbine. Well, the only thing I don't have here is a steam table, and I might be able to fit that in above make a little steam ring around the top of the flame. And of course, all your exhaust would come up, through your tubes here that form your center support, come into a common duct and out. So you wouldn't have to worry about exhaust. All right, this is Joshua coming to you from Abbotsford, British Columbia, and I do